Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your participation to the event on celebrating India-Japan relationship, focus Andaman and Nicobar Islands today. 皆様、本日は日印関係を祝うアンダマン・ニコバル諸島イベントにご参加いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。First, may I invite His Excellency Mr. Shibi George, Ambassador of India to Japan, to make inaugural remarks. はじめに駐日インド大使シビ・ジョージ学科より開会ご挨拶をいただきます。
Good afternoon, everybody. Sri Keshav Chandra, Honorable Chief Secretary, Andaman Nicobar Islands. Sri D.V. Swami, Chairman, Marine Products Export Development Authority, Yampada. Mr. Kiyoshi Kimura, President, Sushi Zanmai Group. Honorable dignitaries, esteemed colleagues, and friends from both India and Japan. A very good afternoon to all of you. It is my great privilege to welcome you all today at the Embassy of India, Tokyo, as we gather to celebrate and further strengthening the enduring bonds between India and Japan, with a special focus on the beautiful Andaman Nicobar Islands. I had the great honor of traveling to Andaman Nicobar Islands last month. Perhaps one of the most beautiful places I have ever visited in my life. And I thank our dear Honorable Chief Secretary, Mr. Sri Keshav Chandra, and his team for the excellent welcome that has extended to me and the very useful briefing that I got during my visit to Andamans. I recall my visit to the Havelock beaches, which is again one of the most beautiful beaches I have ever seen in Swaraj Deep, and the ferry which I took from the main island to the Swaraj Deep. I recall this as it's fresh in my memories. In fact, Andaman Nicobar Islands are key to India's strategic engagement with Japan. If you look at the world map, you would see that Andaman Nicobar Islands is in the middle of Indo-Pacific. Let us for a moment think about Japan and its energy requirement. Where does Japan's energy, oil, comes from? It comes from the Middle East. And what is the route it takes? It takes the route from the Gulf to the Arabian Sea, to the Indian Ocean, to the Bay of Bengal, and to Andaman Nicobar Islands, to Malacca Straits, South China Sea, and Japan. And this sea lane is very crucial for Japan's stability and prosperity. Seas are not benign anymore. There are too many challenges we face. So it is important to maintain stability and sanctity of the sea lanes. And India is taking care of the sea lane in that areas which I mentioned near to India. So that brings Andaman Nicobar Islands a very important strategic area when it comes to India-Japan relations and also Indo-Pacific. Another important area why Andamans is so important is that it is again in the center of India's tourism engagement with the world. As I mentioned, the beaches were so impressive, so great. I could see that the large number of people who were coming from all across the globe to that place. And when we celebrate India-Japan relations, our special year of tourism, 2024, this year, again, Andamans and Nicobar Islands play a very important role as a centerpiece. I recall that the India-Japan Year of Tourism 2023 was announced by Prime Minister Mr. Modi and Prime Minister Mr. Kishida during Mr. Kishida's visit to India in March last year. And this year, during the visit of External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to Japan, he and his counterpart agreed to extend that by one more year. So this year we celebrate as India-Japan Year of Tourism 2024 with the theme Connecting Himalayas with Mount Fuji. And as part of that celebrations, the embassy is organizing a series of events. Yesterday I was in Nagano Prefecture where we organized a India tourism event with the participation of the state prefecture authorities there. And as I mentioned earlier, so at every level, we have deeper engagement between India and Japan. This year, we are observing the 10th anniversary of the special strategic and global partnership that we have entered into in 2014. So this year, we are also celebrating the tourism year. So there is a lot of connect, and that is one of the reasons why we have decided to celebrate Andaman Nicobar Islands as our endeavor to connect India and Japan. And these islands, located at the juncture of the Bay of Bengal and the Andaman Sea, serve not only as a strategic gateway for India, but also embody a paradise of natural beauty and biodiversity. These islands are a symbol of India's rich cultural heritage and ecological wealth. With its pristine beaches, clear blue waters, and lush tropical forests, these islands offer a perfect destination for tourists seeking tranquility and adventure. I remember the Indian rupees, 20 rupees note. There is a beautiful scenic scenery on the notes, and it is from Andaman Nicobar Islands. The vast potential of the Andaman Islands remains a hidden treasure relatively unknown to the international community, awaiting global recognition and exploration. And it also has a special connect with Japan. The Japan the water wells, which is very popular in Andaman, has a connect with Japan. So I would recommend you to visit Andamans and see for yourself the beauty and the connect with Japan. And another important area which we are covering today in our engagement is the marine products area. I'm very happy to see that we have special guests who have joined us today, and I had a discussion with them earlier today on how to deepen our engagement in the marine collaboration between India and Japan, including focusing on Andaman Nicobar Islands. The surrounding waters of Andamans are abundant with a variety of fish and other marine life, which support both local consumption and are potential drivers of export markets. The MPEDA, Marine Products Export Development Authority, has been actively promoting the islands as a hub for the fishing industry, emphasizing sustainable practices that help preserve our marine diversity while boosting the local economy. So once again, I invite to visit Andamans, remain in touch with us and the MPEDA authorities on how to further collaborate in building our connect between India and Japan at every sector and every region, including the most important region of Andaman Nicobar Islands. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request Mr. Keshav Chandra, the Chief Secretary, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, to make address virtually. 続きまして、アンダマン・ニコバル諸島主席次官、ケシャブ・チャンドラー様よりご挨拶をいただきます。
Excellency, Ambassador of India to Japan, the C.D. George, my dear colleague, Mr. D.P. Swami, Chairman, Marine Product Export Development Authority, Mr. Yoshi Kimura-san, President Sushi Janmai, all the dignitaries present there. First of all, I extend my gratitude for providing me an opportunity to interact with you all. Let me start with underscoring the fact that the relationship between Andaman and Japan goes a long way. some 80 years back, we had the Japanese presence here in the Andaman Islands, and because of their effort, it became the first territory to unfurl its national flag. The Japanese presence started in 23rd March 1942 here, and many activities were taken. Many development initiatives were taken that time, which we must not forget. The present airport was started that time, which is called Lamba Line. Also, in a place called Mayabandar, a jetty was built. It is called German jetty, but it was built with the Japanese collaboration. Then school was started. It was called Shonen Gakko. I don't know, probably Gakko is Japanese word for school and Shonen is for boy. The Andaman Shonen Gakko was started, and a newspaper called Andaman Shilpo was also started here. So, and obviously, Excellency has also stated that Japanese wells were dug here. Excellent wells. Some of them are still in use, and especially in Nicobar area, if you happen to visit those places, you'll get to see that it's amazing water, clear, pristine water, and somehow it was built with the Japanese expertise. So Andaman and Japan connection goes a long way. And this is the opportunity that I also urge upon all those who are present there to re-establish the connection, especially in the field of mutual benefit. And two areas which come to our mind for that mutual cooperation and growth is fisheries and tourism. Both the sectors have already dwelt upon by Excellency, and I would like to again say in a better detail that what Andaman offers in terms of tourism potential. As already stated, it is an archipelago of 836 islands, and in which 31 islands are inhabited. In these, they are one of the finest beaches that you can imagine in the world. One beach has already been accorded the Blue Flag certification, and we are in process of declaring 5 more beaches as Blue Flag beaches, which will probably make it the single archipelago having single most highest number of Blue Flag beaches anywhere in the world. Then, apart from that, there are water sports, diving, snorkeling, all other activities available here. Apart from the beach tourism, it also offers a wide variety of floral and faunal diversity, and there are some species which are found nowhere else in the world, and nature-loving people, nature-loving tourists, they land up here and get to see some of the rare species of birds and other animals here. It offers a unique jungle trekking experience, and being close to the equator, it also offers amazing night sky for stargazing. So all those who are interested in astro-tourism and watching the night sky, probably this is the location that anybody can seek for. One area which is emerging and not many tourists from Europe and other places are coming is the game fishing. Here, the place has picked up recently, and people from remotest part of the globe are coming here because it offers the widest variety of amazing fishes, and we facilitate all such game fishers to have a smoothness experience. And related to this fishing, as Excellency is already dwelt upon, there is a unique and a huge reservoir of fish species here, especially tuna, and two species especially which is of interest is yellowfin and skipjack. almost 60,000 tons of these two species are available here. And that with a bit of investment, we are already opening up that sector. Many export houses have opened up. We have already started exporting to Southeast Asia. But what is the biggest potential is the absence of pollution level in water. Probably this is the most pristine water one can imagine, with hardly any population around, and archipelago situated in the midst of ocean and Bay of Bengal. This offers a unique habitat for all the fishes with the pristine environment. So we get one of the best quality of fishes with a bit of investment. Even sashimi grade of tuna can be exported to Japan and all other places. And recently, some of the Southeast Asian countries have also started showing their interest in the fishing potential of Andaman. I again thank Excellency for giving us an opportunity, and I urge upon all those who have not visited Andaman, please, Excellency's word, Andaman is probably one of the best places that you ever get to see in the entire world in terms of landscape beauty and natural diversity. So I, on behalf of the administration, I welcome you all to come and visit and also explore the potential of fisheries. In the end, I'd just like to underscore some of the big projects and big offers that we have. Recently, Government of India has decided to start an entreport, the construction of an entreport at the southernmost tip of Andaman archipelago. It is called Great Nicobar Island Project. And there is an investment of almost $11 billion in this project. And with that kind of investment, this will come up as the biggest hub in the entire Malacca Strait and the west of Malacca Strait and in the entire sea trade route. Also, along with that airport, an international airport and our city dedicated to tourism is being constructed. And with this, another 4 or 5 years when it comes in place, then probably this will be the most sought after destination among the entire Southeast Asian countries. In the tourism sector, we have also opened and we have the sector, and we have placed almost 15 projects in the market up for grabs on PPP basis, and 4 projects are will be floated immediately after 5th of June, and these projects are for construction of big hotels, and similarly one island which has also very strong connection with Japanese presence here 80 years back will be converted into national museum, a national memorial, and the big tourist infrastructure is going to be constructed on this island. With these opportunities and with the introduction of the Andaman and what Andaman has in store in terms of tourism activity, tourism potential, and its diversity, I thank you all for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request Mr. D.B. Swamy, Chairman, Marine Products Export Development Authority, MPEDA, to make address virtually. 続きまして、インド水産品輸出促進機関局長 D.B. スワミ様にご挨拶いただきます。オンラインでのご登壇となりますので、スクリーンをご覧くださいませ。
Yeah.
Your Excellency, the Ambassador of India to Japan, respected Chief Secretary Sir, respected Mr. Kiyoshi Kumara-san, and all dignitaries present there. A very good afternoon. Firstly, I'm thankful to Embassy of India at Tokyo and the Andaman and Nicobar administration for giving me the opportunity to address this August gathering. It's an honor to speak before some of the major industry leaders of Japan. I joined EMPEDA in August 22. My team always spoke about the high quality standards the Japanese market expects. In August 2023, I had the opportunity to visit Tokyo for the seafood show. I was fortunate to interact with a few market leaders. I also visited the tuna auction center at Toyosu Market. The hygienic handling of tuna and efficient auction were great learning experiences. The center educated me about the importance of quality. In November 2023, Japanese buyers visited World Food Show in Delhi and engaged with EMPEDA and Indian exporters in a fruitful way. Based on my visit to Japan and engagement with Japanese importers and buyers, today I want to discuss three aspects. Firstly, the role of EMPEDA in trade promotion. Secondly, the potential opportunities in Andamans and Nicobar in the marine sector. And thirdly, the areas of collaboration between India and Japan in the marine sector. Coming to the role of EMPEDA in seafood trade promotion. EMPEDA is a marine export trade promotion body under the Department of Commerce, Government of India. We celebrated 50 years in 2022. In 2023, we facilitated around $8 billion of exports from India to 129 countries, out of which India's exports to Japan were USD 466.80 million US dollars. A total of 216 exporters were engaged in trade with Japan. India's major item of export to Japan is frozen shrimp. Coming to the value-added products, Japan imports almost $3 billion worth value-added products. However, India's export of value-added products to Japan is just 23 million US dollars, which is about 0.78%. There are scope to improve this. Japan is the third major importing country of Indian seafood after USA and China. Japan has been a key partner in our seafood trade endeavors for the last 50 years. Considering the importance, we operate a trade promotion office in Tokyo. Coming to the potential opportunities in Andamans and Nicobar. Andaman and Nicobar Island has a marine resource potential of 148,000 MT of seafood. Out of this, only 4,039 MT of fish are traded, and they are traded through Chennai and Kolkata ports due to the lack of air connectivity or connectivity from Andamans. This is just 3% utilization of the resources that are available in Andaman. Tuna and allied fishes are the major contributors to the potential yield there, followed by some of the reef fishes, crustaceans like lobsters, crabs, and shrimp, and other species are also available. To fully exploit the island's potential, EMPEDA has developed an action plan to encourage direct seafood export from the islands. This plan was created in consultation with stakeholders and aims to address the gaps identified from the islands. To harness the potential, a strategic partnership with Japan is required. Japan's expertise and market demand for tuna, reef fish, snappers, and lobsters offer a promising avenue for the island's seafood trade. To leverage opportunities in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the collaboration in the following areas is required. Firstly, it's market linkage. Second, it's technology transfer. And the third area is investment. Coming to the market linkage, what I would recommend is a delegation from Japan can visit the islands to study the potential opportunities at the earliest. Further, a delegation from the islands can attend the 26th Japan International Seafood and Technology Expo, which will be held in Tokyo from August 21st to the 23rd of 2024. EMPEDA would be having an India pavilion there, so we request the island administration to join us there. I assure you that EMPEDA would facilitate the interaction between the importers and Indian stakeholders. Next comes the area of collaboration in technology transfer. Firstly, Japan can support Indian fishers in operating onboard freezing vessels. Further, it can provide hands-on onboard training and capacity building support for the Indian fishers, especially the technology related to the catching of tuna. There is potential also for cage culture in the islands. We had done some pilot projects on behalf of EMPEDA in the islands. So technology transfer for cage culture of reef fish can also be explored. The Indian government is also focusing on seaweed propagation. Andaman is an ideal place for promoting seaweed. Japan can support us in seaweed culture also. Now, coming to the other area of investment. Recently, I had visited a unit called HIC ABF in Kochi. They are the pioneers in manufacturing value-added products. And I learned that the company is a joint venture with Japan. So their products are very popular in both domestic and international markets. So similar collaborations can be explored. Japanese entrepreneurs can partner with Indian entrepreneurs in sectors such as fishing, processing, aquaculture, cage culture, and cold chain facilities. So before I conclude, I extend my invitation to the Japanese buyers to visit India and attend the World Food India Show, which will be held from September 19th to 22nd in New Delhi. I assure you that EMPEDA will facilitate the visit in collaboration with the Embassy and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands administration. So hope to see you soon in India. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request Ms. Iwako Takase, Senior Executive Managing Director, Japan Fisheries Association, to make remarks. 続きまして、一般社団法人大日本水産会高瀬美和子様に、専務理事の高瀬美和子様にご挨拶いただきたいと思います。高瀬様、よろしくお願いいたします。
It's my great pleasure to be here today. Thank you for Embassy of India to give me this opportunity. And we very much appreciate the good relationship of Japan Fisheries Association and Embassy of India and EMPEDA. I would like to introduce the activities of Japan Fisheries Association for promoting trade of seafood. First of all, Japan Fisheries Association, so-called JFA, was established in 1882 as a purpose to promote the fishing industry and contribute to the economic well-being and cultural heritage of Japan. JFA is the umbrella organization for the entire fishing industry of Japan. We have about 600 members, including associations, private companies, even individuals, which are fishing companies, processing companies, distributors, and wholesalers and retailers. So JFA is making effort to promote healthy development of fisheries in the international domain in close collaboration with the international organizations as well as private level international fisheries organizations and national fisheries organizations in each country, including, of course, India. As one of our main activities, the JFA hosts Japan International Seafood Show, which provides opportunity for exchange of information, business meeting, and promotion of seafood products. I think you all have this leaflet of Japan International Seafood Show. So for this year, we are planning to hold the Japan International Seafood Show from 21st to 23rd of August at the Tokyo Big Site. So we very much appreciate business sectors of India related to seafood join and visit the seafood show and introduce Indian seafood, in particular Andaman Nicobar Islands, and also would appreciate Indian people would have an interest in Japanese seafood. If any companies are interested in attending seafood show, please let us know display directly or through Emperor. Thank you very much today.
Next, I would like to request Mr. Kiyoshi Kimura, President 寿司三昧 to make a remark. 続きまして、寿司三昧社長、木村清様にご挨拶いただきます。
こんにちは。
Hello everyone.
日本語で失礼いたします。今マンダ会のマンダ島の皆さん、どうもこんにちは。
Hello everyone in Andaman Island.
5年前までインド本島のニャちゃんなり、高知なり、いろんな漁法と魚を開発し始めたんですけど、1年ちょっとでコロナがあってちょっと行けなくなって大変申し訳ないです。
So about 5 years ago, we do have some business in mainland in India, but as you know, because of COVID-19, we just stopped the business there. So we could do the business for about 1 year in India.
で、マンダ島の付近は私ももう最高の漁場だと昔から思ってました。今、当時はマンダ島に行けないので、インドネシアの、島々と提携しまして、漁業をやっております。缶詰工場までやる予定で今進んでおります。新しい水産の技術を持って日本、世界に今、この20年で寿司という文化が出て、使用量が今まで使ってたものとは違って100倍ぐらいに増えてます。
I'm thinking that Andaman and Nicobar Islands are rich in marine products and natural resources. And what do you say? So, 20年前。
20年前と比べて100倍ぐらい寿司の需要が増えてます。
So in the world, about 20 years ago, the sushi requirement and demand from by people times 200.
で、ぜひ、マンダと付近も、一緒になって新しい情報、新しい業種を探して、新しい寿司ネタ、あと、それを世界に流通することをやってみたいと思っております。
I'm interested in a new technique of fishing and new technique for sushi を作るですか？すみません。
寿司じゃなくて、そういう魚を取って、
New technique
はい
by
貿易をしていきたいと。
So I'm interested in some trade business with catching fishing with new technique.
ぜひ一緒に組んでやっていければということと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。
We would like to cooperate with Andaman Nicobar Islands. We are looking forward to the cooperation.
はい。でもうちょっと時間ありますかね。で、私がやってるのは持続可能な漁業。今、養殖も餌なしで養殖ができると。今、養殖には抗生物質なり何なりを入れてしまって養殖やってます。私のやってる養殖は50年前から養殖をやってるんですけど、そういう抗生物質も使わない養殖で天然に近い養殖を今世界中でお金もかからない生産性が上がる養殖をしております。
We would like to improve the cultivation in the area and cultivation with sustainable, environmentally friendly cultivation.
で、マグロに関しては北大西洋でも今20数年やってますけれども、資源量がもう10倍、20倍に増えながら一定ずつ品質のいいマグロを備蓄しながら取る漁法もやって北大西洋も潤っております。
At the North Atlantic, we are working for cultivating the tuna.
だからそういうものをマンダ島付近にもいろいろな魚がエビからいろんなものがあるんで胸が高らっておりますので、一緒にやっていけるビジネスパートナーがいれば一緒にやりながら世界の人が喜んで食べられる食文化を増やしていけるということをしていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
We would like to expand the business what we are doing in the North Atlantic to the around the Andaman Nicobar Islands also. We hope our business collaboration will expand to the world.
どうもありがとうございます。またお目にかかるのを楽しみにしております。よろしくお願いします。
どうもありがとうございました。Next, I'd like to request Mr. Hideo Okubo, Deputy General Manager, Japan Association of Travel Agents, to make a remark. 続きまして、一般社団法人日本旅行業協会大久保秀夫様よりご挨拶いただきます。大久保様、よろしくお願いいたします。
ただいまご紹介をいただきました、日本旅行業協会の大久保と申します。日本語でちょっと失礼させていただきます。日本旅行業協会には旅行会社約1100社が加盟をしておりまして、私は海外旅行推進部というところで、海外旅行に行かれるお客様の数を増やすという取り組みをさせていただいております。2023年はようやくコロナから脱出できたものの、円安であったり、あるいはインフレ、あるいは燃油の高騰などによって、2019年、コロナ前の約半分である960万人の渡航者数にとどまっています。 2024年は引き続き厳しい環境ではあるものの、夏の旅行シーズンに向けて各社は今プロモーションを行っております。また、私ども日本旅行業協会では、旅行需要の喚起、啓発を目的として、毎年秋に旅行の展示商談会、ツーリズムエクスポとジャパンというのを開催しています。今年は9月26日から29日までの4日間、東京ビッグサイトで約18万人の方のご来場を予定しております。インド政府からは、本イベントへの協賛や、各州からの多くのご出展をいただいており、多様性のあるインド観光の魅力に触れていただく機会としてご活用いただいております。コロナ前には年間約24万人の日本人がインドを訪れていましたが、ビジネス目的での需要は回復をしているものの、観光目的での旅行はまだ戻っていない状況です。インドへの旅行スタイルは大きく3つに分けることができると思います。一つはいわゆるパッケージツアーで、タージマハルに代表される世界遺産や遺跡などの観光地を効率的に回るスタイルです。二つ目は物跡観光など大きな目的があり、その達成のために行かれる目的型の旅行スタイルになります。そして3つ目は、インドが大好きな方が自由に国内を旅行する旅行スタイルだと思います。旅行会社が現在取り扱っている旅行の多くは、前2つの旅行の形態になるかと思います。本日のセミナーでご紹介をいただくアンダマン・ニコバル諸島は、リゾートでの美しい海と自然を堪能し、美味しい食事を楽しむことを目的とした旅行スタイルになるかと思います。現在、インド旅行では旅行会社がなかなかお取り扱いできてない形態かなというふうに思っております。私も残念ながらアンダマン・ニコバル諸島のことを知らずにおりました。今後、インドへの旅行者を増やしていくためには、新たなマーケットへの取り組みが重要です。我々のまだ知らない魅力がインドにはまだまだたくさんあるかと思います。今日はインドの新しい旅のスタイルを勉強させていただく時間にさせていただければと思います。貴重な今回は機会をいただきましてありがとうございます。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。
奥田様、ありがとうございました。Next, I would like to request Mr. Asaruddin Zahiruddin Kazi, Director, Tourism, Government of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, to give a presentation on tourism potential in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. 続きまして、アンダマン・ニコバル諸島政府観光部長アサルディン・ザヒルディン・カーチ様にアンダマン・ニコバル諸島の観光ポテンシャルについてご講演いただきます。スクリーンをご覧くださいませ。
Greetings to all of you who are present here, as well as those who have joined us through VC. My name is Zahar Kazi, and I am Director of Tourism here in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And I shall be presenting on the topic of tourism potential in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These are the contents of this PPT. We will quickly go through a brief overview Then we will move on to the historical background of Indo-Japan relationship, particularly in the context of Andaman Nicobar Islands. After that, the tourism potential of the islands will be presented to you. There will be, very briefly, we will showcase the policy initiatives that are being undertaken by the Andaman Nicobar administration. Apart from this, there are three slides with a topic of fisheries development and export potential related to fisheries in these. So this is a brief overview with respect to Andaman Nicobar Islands. We are a cargo of 836 islands spread across a geographical area of approximately 8,200 square kilometers. Out of these 836 islands, only 31 islands are inhabited. This group of islands is strategically located in the Indian Ocean region, very close to the state of Malacca, which is a very significant from the global sea trade point of view. We are connected to the mainland India by air and water. We have daily flights coming to Port Blair from New Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, and Bangalore. We also have connectivity through ship from Chennai, Kolkata, and Visakhapatnam. Apart from that, foreign cruise ships are also allowed to dock here. As we all are aware that India and Japan share special strategic and global partnership, friendship between the two countries has a long history rooted in spiritual affinity and strong cultural and civilizational ties. As far as the history of these islands is concerned, we can trace our ties back to the year 1942, when the Japanese seaplanes arrived here. Japanese undertook some infrastructure work here, like construction of roads, bunkers, wells, etc. Apart from this, there's a presence of Buddhist temple at a place called Delhaman, which is still witness to our spiritual ties. Coming to the uniqueness of this place, we attract lots of tourists and investors who are particularly interested in exploring various tourism activities such as rock tourism, astro-tourism, water sports-based tourism activities, etc. We have beautiful and untouched beaches which offer unique experience to the visitors in terms of its clean and clear waters and rich biodiversity. One of our beaches, namely Radhanagar Beach, has got a blue flag certification and is regarded as the best beach in Asia by the Times magazine. In due course of time, we have 5 more beaches lined up for blue flag certification. The Andaman Nicobar Islands holds immense potential for future expansion in the tourism sector. Tourists get attracted to this place not only because of its serene beaches, but also because of its rich and varied marine life, such as corals, fishes, turtles, and the rare species like dugongs. For these reasons, these islands have become a premier diving destination in the entire Indian Ocean region. Apart from this, the presence of lush green forests, mangroves, and creeks adds to the beauty of this place. We have some natural geological formations which are major tourist attractions, such as the natural rock ridge formation, the limestone caves, and the barren island, which is the only active volcano in India. Apart from this, we have some turtle nesting sites, biosphere reserves, and national parks, which offer the unique experience to the tourists in terms of its rich biodiversity of flora and fauna. There is an immense potential to introduce deep lanes and for the development of cruise tourism and game fishing as well. These islands are home to 218 bird species which are endemic to this place. As per the International Union for Conservation of Nature, it is one of the hotspots for birds and it is a part of Sundarban hotspot. These are some of the endemic avian species. Andaman and Nicobar Islands are not only a hotspot for birds, but also for astroptourism. In order to facilitate these stargazers, astrologers, and photographers, and to promote this sector, the Andaman administration is actively taking steps in terms of providing policy framework. We are also promoting investments from private players in ecotourism projects through public-private partnership. Premium island resorts, luxury tents, and tree houses are proposed to be developed in these 4 islands. Apart from this, 11 sites have been identified to be developed through PPP, which will involve construction and development of luxury resorts, wellness centers, water sports facilities, and golf courses, among others. As we all are aware, that a major chunk of global sea trade happens to the state of Malacca, which is just 40 kilometers away from our Great Nicobar Island. The government of India has envisioned the construction and development of international container transshipment terminal at Great Nicobar Island, which will be a game changer for overall development of these islands, but it will particularly give a major boost to the tourism sector in these islands. The estuary Ross Island, which is now pronounced as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Island, speaks of historical ties between both the nations, that is India and Japan. As a part of promoting tourism to our heritage, Andaman administration is in the process of developing this island as a national memorial, which will highlight the contribution of our great leader and freedom fighter, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. As stated earlier, we have 836 islands, out of which only 31 are inhabited. We are also planning to open some of our uninhabited islands for tourism activities for the tourists. Due to our proximity with other Southeast Asian countries like Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore, which are major business hubs in Southeast Asia region, we have lots of potential here in Andaman for the development of business tourism also. The Andaman Nicobar administration is taking various steps to promote tourism and facilitate investors who wish to invest in tourism related projects. As a part of this initiative, we are in the process of formulation of various policies. For instance, in the areas of bird watching, caravan, houseboats, luxury tents, night sea kayaking, and astro-tourism, to name a few. Now, I will quickly go through the potential of fisheries sector development in these islands. 30% of India's EEZ belongs to these islands. The island offers a great potential for seaweed cultivation, and we have varieties of fishes, including tuna. According to an estimate, we have potential for 16,000 metric ton of tuna and tuna-like fishes. Particularly, yellowfin and skipjack tuna are found in abundance here. Our export potential is huge in terms of harvest and supply of sashimi grade tuna. We can explore the Japanese market for their consumption of our value addition, as Japan is one of the leading countries in this sector. Healthy stock of fishes can be exported directly to Japan through ships or through aircraft. We have a presence of fish processing units here and a very active community of fishermen and fish traders. We have availability of custom food as well as the support system from India. These are some of the products we can export to Japan and the other Southeast Asian countries. These are some of the areas where we seek Japan's cooperation, which will benefit both the countries in terms of strengthening our trade ties as well as deepening of our spatial, strategic, and global partnership. Both the countries can explore the possibility of direct exports of our fisheries products to Japan. We can also explore collaboration for establishment and setting up of tuna processing facilities or value addition units in these islands. Japan can also share with us the technology for the production of specialized tuna fishing vessels here in the islands. Another area of cooperation is capacity building and skilling of our fishermen communities. We can also explore the possibility of introducing cargo flights from here to Japan and other Southeast Asian countries. And Japan can also invest in our production, processing, packaging, and value addition of tuna to joint venture projects. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request Dr. M. Karthikeyan, Director, MPEDA, to make a presentation on marine product export potential in Andaman and Nicobar Islands virtually. 続きまして、インド水産品輸出促進機関ディレクター M. カルティケアン様にアンダマン・ニコバル諸島の水産品輸出可能性についてお講演いただきます。スクリーンをご覧くださいませ。
So good afternoon to all. I'm Dr. M. Karthikeyan, the Director of MPEDA. I'll be presenting on the opportunities for seafood exports from India and the collaboration between Andaman, Nicobar Island and Japan on the seafood sector. My presentation will be covering on the exports from India to the world over, then the imports, what is happening in Japan, the present share of the Indian seafood exports to Japan, the opportunities available from the Andaman and Nicobar Islands for export potential of seafood, and what are the collaboration we can do for enhancing our exports of seafood from Andaman and Nicobar Islands to Japan. Next slide, please. So, India has exported to 139 countries during last year, and the major importer of Indian seafood is USA, and Japan stands at the third largest importer of Indian seafood. So we have a steady growth of seafood exports from India, and we look Japan as an important market for expanding our market share, and the potential of Andaman Island on tuna resources can be explored to increase our share to Japan. Next. So this slide talks about the import of seafood in Japan and our share to the Japanese seafood imports. So if you see the Japanese import, the import of seafood in Japan is around 15 billion, and in that India is exporting around 466 million. And in the overall export, we are standing in the 10th position, but whereas if you see the import of frozen shrimp, we are the largest supplier of frozen shrimp to Japan. And we have almost like 216 exporters who are involved in export of shrimp and other frozen products to Japan. And if you see the major products which are being imported in Japan, shrimp is one of the major products, followed by tuna fillets, cuttlefish, squid, Pacific salmon, fish fillet and all. And we have an opportunity to expand the market share in tuna fillets, cuttlefish and squid as well. Next. So this talks about the Chapter 3 products which are being imported in Japan, and also the Chapter 16 products which are being imported in Japan, and what is our share. So almost 10 billion import is happening on the Chapter 3 product, which is a raw product which is being imported into Japan. In that, our share is around 3.82%. And the country like Chile, USA and China are the major supplier of Chapter 3 products to Japan. We talk about Chapter 16 product, which are the preserved and processed product. Mostly it is ready to eat product. Almost 3 billion of import is happening in Japan, out of which we are only exporting around 23 million. It's less than 1%. And right now, China, Thailand, and Vietnam are the major suppliers of Chapter 16 products to Japan. Next. So this talks about the potential of Andaman and Nicobar Islands in terms of seafood sector, and where we can explore the opportunity of enhancing our exports to Japan. So the overall potential is around 148,000 metric tons. In that, presently around 44,000 metric tons is being exploited in Andaman, and around 4,000 metric ton is being transported to mainland for either consumption or for exports from the mainland to other countries. Next. So these are the major species. Already our chairman sir has pointed out about the major potential species which are available in the Andaman Island. Tuna and allied species. We have reef fishes like groupers, snappers, and emperors. Some crustaceans, lobsters, crabs, and shrimp. And also we have cephalopods and seaweeds which are available abundantly in this island. Next. So if we talk about tuna and allied fishes, presently Japan is importing around 1.2 billion worth material of frozen tuna, and the tuna related products overall they are importing around 1.6 billion. In that, India's export to US is almost nil. So, but the potential yield of tuna in Andaman Island is around 67,000 tons. In that, we can tap at least 10% for export to Japan. We'll be able to enhance our share and get almost like 33 million exports to Japan from Andaman Island itself. Next, please. So this slide talks about the reef fishes like cod, the reef cod and all. Like the Japan is importing 873 million from world over the frozen reef cod, and the overall import of reef fishes is around 8.896 million. In that, our share is just 0.42 million, and we have an opportunity of having almost 8,000 metric tons of these reef fishes available in the island. In that, if we can export 10% to Japan, we can get almost like 7 million trade going between Andaman and Japan. Next. So talking about the crustaceans, including the shrimps, crabs, and lobsters. So 2.5 billion import is happening in Japan. In that, we are doing just a meager 294 million exports to Japan. And there are opportunities to expand our material export from Andaman to the Japan. Around 2,000 metric tons of shrimps and lobsters are available in Andaman. And if we can export 10% of it, we can get almost 2 million exports going from Andaman to Japan. Next. This slide talks about the seaweed. Seaweed again, seaweed product. Japan is importing almost like 328 million. Right now we are just doing 0.89 million export, and we can really expand our market because we have a potential of almost 26,000 metric tons, which is available in Andaman Islands. This is an opportunity where we can work together, collaborate, and expand our exports to Japan. Next slide. Talking about the cephalopods, the cuttlefish, squid, and octopus, 888 million import is happening in Japan. Right now, India is exporting only around 20 million to Japan. In the island, we have almost 100 metric tons of squid and cuttlefish. We have an opportunity to expand this export as well, this product export as well to Japan from Andaman. Next. So if we are able to tap 10% of the potential of Andaman Island for export to Japan, we'll be able to fetch at least 50 million exports in coming 2-3 years. We can tap these resources and export to Japan. Next. So these are the major interventions what MPEDA has done in the Andaman for promoting the exports. MPEDA has opened a desk office there in Andaman Island. MPEDA has identified a cluster of boats and conducted on-board training. We have opened a facility for domestication of the black tiger shrimp for producing the SPF broodstock of Indian black tiger shrimp. We have also prepared an action plan to promote direct seafood export from island. And MPEDA officials have participated in a delegation to Thailand. We regularly participate in the Tokyo Seafood Fair, and we invite upon all the major importers and all the importers from Japan to participate in the in Tokyo Seafood Fair and visit our pavilion and get benefited on the quality products which are being exported from India. Next slide, please. So this collaboration with Japan, already the chairman sir has detailed about the linkages, what we can have market linkages, the investment opportunities in India, and also on the technology transfer opportunities. So we can very well work upon the market linkages by sending delegations from the Andaman administration to the Japan, and also we can bring in a delegation from Japan to visit Andaman and explore the opportunities which are available in Andaman. And there are opportunities in the investment sector, as Chairman Sir pointed out. There are people who have already invested in the processing sector. We can very well work together in the processing sector, in the fishing industry, where there are opportunities like the industrial fishing which is happening in Japan, particularly for tuna onboard freezing. The same can be replicated in the Andaman area, where the resources can be caught effectively, preserved with hygienic manner, and the quality tuna of the expected quality requirement of Japan can be exported directly from Andaman to Japan. Next. Another technology transfer, as it's already pointed out, we can collaborate on the capacity building exercises and also on the technology transfer for cage farming and also for the seaweed farming, where the quality germplasm can be imported from Japan, and also the technology for propagation of the seaweed can be explored, and we can work together to enhance the production from the sector and also the mutually benefit between the two countries. Thank you. And this is a slide which shows, like, when last year myself and Chairman Sir visited the Tokyo Seafood Fair, we have been to the Sushi Genmai company and met with the president Kiyoshi Kimura, and he has hosted us, and we have interacted with him on the possible collaboration, not only on the tuna fishing and also on the squid jigging opportunities, where we can catch the tuna in a very fresh condition and export it from India to Japan, and also the opportunities in catching the squid in an effective manner and exporting to Japan. So we will look forward to effectively collaborate and take this forward in the future. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the presentation. Now we will conclude the event on celebrating India-Japan relationship focus Andaman and Nicobar Islands today. Thank you for all the participants and all the speakers to share your time with us. 以上をもちまして、本日のイベント、日印関係を祝うアンダマン・ニコバル諸島を終了とさせていただきます。ご登壇者の皆様、参加者の皆様、ご参加いただきまして、誠にありがとうございました。We will have a networking session with light refreshment from now. Please join us at the foyer just outside of this venue. これより、この会場を出てすぐのフォアイエで、軽食付きのネットワーキングセッションを開催いたしますので、皆様ぜひご参加くださいませ。Thank you very much for your participation today. どうもありがとうございました。